To draw a model fully, we need dimension styles. Our own dimensioning styles mean that we can easily dimension a model quickly. Of course, you can do it every time, but you can individually modify each dimension, but it doesn't pay much. For this we will prepare such dimension styles. First, we'll see what we have. We already have a 3.5 text style. There is also the dimensioning style based on the simplest style, 2.5 height and tilted we have. If we wanted to create a new style, we would have to choose that it is new and choose a font, set parameters and would be available, where this style has the enlargement marked here, which is marked with such a symbol. This table does not have it, therefore it is not possible to scan automatically. Let's check what style we have. Dimensioning style is prepared so basic. What parameters does he have? Well, he uses the style of the prepared text. We exchange the color to make it stand out. And so the lines have red to distinguish it too. Putting away from the pointing position and extending beyond the dimension line is set. The text itself is matched to the unit we have in full accuracy. That is, if the dimension is measured and shows us some inaccurate dimensions, i.e. a lot of decimal places, it means that the indicated object is simply inaccurate and needs to be corrected. It is no art to cut accuracy here to cheat yourself. Well, if I cut off accuracy, I won't know if the measured dimension is actually as needed. And if we cut off insignificant zeros, they will just be pretty numbers. If the dimension is nice, if it is correct, based on this style, we will create a diameter style. It is a style that will write before the measured value. So before the measured value is to write F5. To write this FI, unfortunately there is no FI mark on the keyboard, so you have to fool it a little bit. You must write %%C. He immediately adopted all the settings that were in the Polish style. In turn, we will also need to dimension such on the cross sections of the half. So we see only half the dimensions and we want it to dimension the whole. So we'll create a cross diameter out of it. This style prefix has the same ale. We won't be drawing the second line. We will not draw the second arrow. And we will use the extension by 5. Was this style, we can also easily create threads. Either this or that because the first one was the same. so this style will have only so much that the prefix will not %see only M. The letter M is on the keyboard. The letter M is on the keyboard. Therefore we will write it directly, but we will also need a thread in such cross-section. Therefore, we will create a cross but a thread from this style. Of course, we have to change to the letter M here. Of course, I forgot that you have to multiply here because half of it will be indicated by the measured value multiplied by 2. Then we will correct it here that it will be 2 here. We can also use a style created from Polish. For phase dimensioning, and this is the style it will have after the measured value of x 45% d. Because we want to write the degree and the degree is not on the keyboard, you have to do the trick. And the radius style created yet. This is the style that we will use to generate small arrays. So there will always be a problem for AutoCAD to be able to place the text, so we force it to write the text horizontally. Let's prepare some simple things for dimensioning. We'll see how it works. So some line and let's enter the correct value 25 well. Let's take the second line but a random one. We will introduce a rate. Circle OK. And let's check how a particular style works. Let's start with Poland and choose linear. The first time is asking if we have to scale. And yes, if there is a dimension, please indicate it very well. If we have such a line, it shows us so with such a tail, so this line is actually drawn. And what is the difference between the other styles? If we use the radius style, i.e. the radius style as it will work, we also have the radius. Only that we can now set it this way and it will work for us so that it forces us to write horizontally. Now the diameter style, we use it for some cross sections, i.e. normally as linear, i.e. let's see. Just write a CFI before dimension. If it is a half style then let's see how he writes it to us, i.e. indicate 1/2 and 1. he dragged us the second place indicated and lengthened and multiplied by 2. The same goes for threads, so we indicate and just write us the letter M before. Depending on what we have to dimension, whether linear or thread or diameters. That's the right style when we use it. We'll just have the description. And now the second one, and let's say it is here and we have these dimension styles for us anyway.